moments in the show that I feel like I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I don't want to be dumb. So I just, yes, yeah.
That's sweet, though.
I know the reference you all are talking about, but like I actually don't. And I just don't want to embarrass myself.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I don't know the
I do
cop
that
song.
too all the time.
Yeah, I like the cop episode, the cop show.
Yeah,
It's,
the cop show episode of Lost.
What's like a good I want to say SVU, but like, but that doesn't.
Not
that's
quite in this case.
No, but like, what's a good
like,
one?
Yeah,
though?
just Law and Order in general, or your Criminal Minds or NCIS.
Yeah, but like make it Lost.
Yeah,
that's what this felt
like. And it also, I don't know, I love a little murder mystery. I love them trying to solve it. I love all of the little twists to it. I love the toward the very end, they're like, well, maybe it was Sawyer.
Maybe it was Sawyer.
And you're like, wait, what? Because he was yelling at her, or she was yelling at him, or whatever. But it just so fun.
Okay, can I?
And Billy D. Williams is there. Lando Calrissian playing himself.
What a sick...
Billy D. Williams, not Lando Calrissian.
What an incredible opener. I was like,
yes.
What am I watching here for a second? I love that little, the misdirect. Love that. You know the word that I thought of this entire episode?
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
Yes.
I have so many notes about like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that moment. But then they cut back to it. And like even like one of my biggest notes is just going back to the beach when they first landed. Like it felt like they just kind of put me back in. I felt like I was like having this joy of like rewatching a lot of these big moments from earlier. And like nostalgia was the word that I had in my head the whole time.
Going back is so fun. And I think they did a really good job. You can tell that some of the shots were new and some of the shots were just taken from those old episodes. And that they kind of had to like splice them together. But I think they did a really good job of making that seem uniform and like complete and neat,
Yes, very much so.
Like I think specifically the Live Together, Die Alone speech, I think all of the shots of Jack are from the episode where he gives the speech.
That was my question.
And all of the bits where like Nikki and Paolo obviously are standing around and Hurley, his sideburns look a little bit different. You can tell that it's probably a newer shot. But it wasn't too it was only noticeable to me because I'm an insane person watching Lost, right? Otherwise, it was very.
Look, if anybody knows that you're an insane person, it's probably me. But that was going to be one of my questions: was the Jack speech? Was the same footage?
I think so.
Is that how he gave it? I know, it's just so funny. I remember the speech and the
I don't know,
the general vibe. I don't remember exactly. I was watching it thinking, his voice is a little higher than I remember.
I mean, maybe. I know that the words were the same. The like, every man for himself isn't going to cut it anymore.
Yeah.
We have to live together or we're going to die alone.
That was just...
That's classic.
That was the one scene where I was like, wait, is this the same? But oh my gosh, when they went back, the guy flew into the turbine again. Like, we did.
Boone and Shannon fighting in the airport. And
all the
Nikki
way
and Paolo, by the way, assuming that they're a married couple. Ooh. Right.
Yeah.
She's like, promise we'll never end up like that. Hey, they're stepbrother and stepsister. Hey, I'm just here to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Okay, so like, I like we were talking about it a little bit before we got on air. It was so nice to take a break from the seriousness of how I try to watch this show. Right? It's just like it's a puzzle that I feel like I have to do every week, and it's like all very serious. And I was just kind of at one point like, I don't have any notes. I'm just watching for fun.
Yes, expose is fun. Expose is a spa day. Expose is an escape room.
Yeah.
It's just hanging out and having a good time for a minute before we get back to the hell of the others and the bullshit and the blah 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 that's up to coming ahead.
It's throwing axes. You're like, I had a really good time. I probably won't go back, but I'm glad I did it.
Right.
I'm glad I did it once. It was like I don't see how people could have a qualm with that. I had a good time throwing axes. I'm not gonna go back. But I had fun.
Going to the Renaissance Festival and getting one of those like meters of beer, and afterwards you're like, oh, I'll never buy a fucking meter of beer again. But
meat eater.
That was fun, and I looked cool walking around the festival, holding it in my Renaissance garb.
Yeah, you get a turkey leg at Dollywood. You're like, yeah, no, I did the thing.
It was gross, and I couldn't finish it. And now I'm greasy, but I'm glad I did it. It was an experience.
It was an experience. I'm there. Look, I say this a lot. I'm already pulled over. I can't pull over any further. I had so much fun. The weirdest thing though was like the what's his name, the director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I
had it earlier.
I know. Yeah, whatever his name was. Did you hear so when they were walking off set and he was like trying to convince her to stay, she's like, I'm a guest star. And then like the PA person came up and said, hit it. I'm in. I'm all the way in.
Fun and a little traumatizing too, and I think that's fine.
Yeah.
We do have a comment from longtime listener Alex who says, I think there was an airport scene of Shannon with bangs followed closely by the crash scene with no bangs. True. We're going to be guilty of bad wigs. Yeah. And that's just how the cookie crumbles on Lost. And I think I have notes here about the two of them because they were both in bad wigs in that airport because they've clearly, post Lost gone on to other projects. I guess Maggie Grace is doing Taken or whatever. And I think Ian Somerhalder might have already been a vampire. He did the Vampire Diaries.
Always forget about Maggie Grace doing that.
She did Taken and she was on Walking Dead. And she had like a very short hair for Walking Dead. So that may be what she was doing because she had the long wig on. But I don't know when any of that
little Twilight action somewhere along the way. I don't know it had to be after. It had to be after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like so
maybe they were both vampires.
Maybe. That's interesting. They can't leave each other.
No.
Boone and Shannon. They're family, they're lovers, they're vampires. They got to spend eternity together. What is your plan? Because are you doing like what happened on Glee?
Yeah.
Or are we doing like
we kind of got back into chatting and I just let it happen.
No, I meant like is this like a Glee adjacent? Is this like what the like I guess Glee is the singing group. Here's kind of what the dance team saw Glee doing in the gym when they had to share they shared the same gym space, right? They got like overloaded, they got overbooked. Everybody had to use the same gym for practice. And they were like, here's what people saw on Glee from their perspective.
Right. So today we're talking about the 14th episode of season 3, which is Expose. And it is a different episode. We have in the flashbacks mostly island stuff. There's a couple flashbacks in the first 10 minutes of the episode where Nikki and Paolo, relatively new characters who have been supernumerary characters popping up every now and then for a season now, are in Sydney filming. Nikki is filming a guest appearance on Expose, which is a popular action drama, and Rodrigo Santoro as Paolo is the chef for the director. They are plotting to kill the director to steal his $8 million diamonds. They do so. He dies. They take the diamonds and they get on Flight 815 to go to LA to start a new life together. And they're in love. Maybe Nikki's playing him for the diamonds. We'll get into that.
We will get into Nikki as Sawyer.
Nikki. We will get into Nikki.
Okay,
Sawyer.
Thank you. So I'm on the right plane. I'm on the right plane. How about that?
You are. They get on the right plane and end up crashed on the island, of course. And the rest of the flashbacks are stuff we've already seen throughout the show, mostly, but Nikki and Paolo's perspective, which is really interesting because they're not really involved and they don't give a shit about the island mysteries. There were several flashbacks where they saw very important things happening and just didn't tell anybody. Like Ben and Juliet talking about their plan to take Jack and Kate and Sawyer. They saw that and just didn't tell anyone or share, which, hell yeah. Etc. We could see the live together, die alone speech. We see all of this. Meanwhile, they are looking for the bag that contains these diamonds that they lost during the crash. Diamonds have no use on the island, but obviously when they get rescued, they want to have their hands on those $8 million worth of stolen diamonds, so they're trying to look for it. Paolo finds them alone without Nikki and keeps it a secret that he found them because he is afraid that Nikki is only with him for the diamonds and that once she has the diamonds again, he will no longer have his love. He might also care a lot about the diamonds. That's not clear. And then Nikki discovers that he has the diamonds because he also has the nicotine gum that was in the same bag, blah, blah, blah. She chases him down. They argue. She has spiders that she stole from. By the way, Arzt is here for a second. And she has spiders that paralyze you for 8 hours. She throws one at him. He is paralyzed for 8 hours. She takes the diamonds. Spider ends up on her. She gets bit, about to be paralyzed for 8 hours, runs to the beach, interrupts Sawyer and Hurley's ping pong game, and also is paralyzed for 8 hours. However, no one knows that they're paralyzed because they look dead. Nikki looks dead. She is eyes open, completely stiff on the ground. Heartbeat is very, very shallow to the point of being undetectable. Everyone assumes she's dead, and they're solving her murder or trying to solve her murder. When she shows up at the beach, she goes, "Palace." And they think, oh, Paolo lies, is what she says. So they look for Paolo. They find him also paralyzed, but they think dead in the jungle. They're now solving both of their murders. This gets very kerfuddled. They're like, oh, it's the others. Sun is really on top of it's the others. Do you remember when they kidnapped me? It's obviously the others. And Sawyer and Charlie are kind of like, yeah.
They were doing that.
I bet it is.
They were doing that like the Spider-Man meme where they're kind of like they're pointing at each other. What? No, yeah. You got kidnapped.
She's
by
like,
who?
well, obviously it's the others because they kidnapped me that one time, and they're like, yeah. And then Hurley asks Desmond if he knows what's up. Desmond is like, I saw Nikki arguing with Sawyer, brother. I bet it's him. So Hurley goes to Sawyer and is like, you acted like you didn't know who the hell Nikki was. Who the hell is Nikki? When we found her, but I just heard that she was yelling at you this morning. What's that about? Obviously, you're one of the last people to see her alive. Sawyer tells him she wanted a gun.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give it to her. She yelled and stormed off.
I didn't think that he was fair in the assessment that they were screaming at each other.
No, they were like having a discussion, heated discussion, but
it felt like, it felt like, just a regular, room volume. Mm-hmm. It didn't seem like, unless Desmond's doing the weird thing where he's eavesdropping, then for sure you would notice. But
and maybe he was.
He made it seem like they were screaming at each other. I was like, well.
Yeah, the only real screaming there was, because I was paying attention for that too, the only real screaming there was when Nikki was walking away and Sawyer's like, and who the hell are you? Which was like funny screaming. It was not angry. It was like, and by the way, we're not friends. Why would you come to me for this?
He didn't represent that well enough, because I was like, wait. They're sleeping together. They're the same person.
They are.
Oh my gosh, we're
similar.
doing it again. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Ultimately, they realize that they probably killed each other or something, or that they're never going to figure it out. And they bury Nikki and Paolo, who begin to wake up from spider paralysis as the sand covers their twitching, paralyzed bodies. Crazy.
Yeah. That is what happened in the other side of the gym in the shared space on Glee. Okay, you gave me a lot there. I'm going to start with like one thing.
And there's other stuff too, but we'll get to
it. They wake up. They come back. Yeah, they wake up. They come back. They don't bury them alive forever, is what I'm saying. I'm going to get out.
I guess we'll find out,
No, there's no way.
I can't say anything.
But how do they find out? Here's the thing. Do they go back and like dig up bodies? How would they ever find out?
Right.
That they were buried alive.
Right. How would they?
I guess maybe if they crawl through a little bit and no one's there, but if they got that. That's the only scenario where they would ever know, is if they clawed out a little bit and then one day somebody walks by and sees it.
Yeah.
No.
I don't
know
what to say here. No, I don't know how to operate.
No. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting ahead of it. Nikki and Paolo are not. They get out of the sand. But they don't get out of the sand.
I hope so.
Of course they don't get out of the sand, because they just got their big moment in the sun with their episode. They're definitely gone. And one of my first notes is she's a guest star on Expose. She's a guest star on Lost. You know what you do with guest stars? Kill them off.
So and that's one of the first lines of the episode is, what happens to guest stars?
I know. Okay, so I really
look at Rodrigo Santoro and Keely Sanchez.
I just
play Nikki and Paolo.
I just did a whole dissertation about what I thought, and then talked myself out of the thing that I was saying was true.
Could say?
No,
who could never be sure?
They might be dead. That's a horrible way for them to go. But yeah, it made for good TV. I was gonna ask you this, like, as someone who understands like maybe writers' rooms and how stuff can come into fruition. Did they do Paralyzed first or Paolo first? Because that was awesome.
Good. That was
awesome.
Really good.
But how do you plan for that like mid-season 3?
I don't know. Maybe it was the plan from the beginning. I have no clue.
I'm saying, like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Was it Paralyzed and then
Paolo lies, paralyzed?
Let's paralyze. Let's Paolo. That's a good name. We can kind of do that. Or is it his name's Paolo? Let's find a way to make something. So I was just curious.
There's options there. I don't really know. I feel like it could have gone either way.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I was like, that's really good. Like, because I was convinced it was Paolo lies.
Yeah.
And then Paralyzed, I was like, oh, of course it was.
I forgot that she said paralyzed. Like, watching the episode this time, I was like,
How did they
Paolo
come up?
lies, I guess. She's trying to pull one over. Like, knowing what I know about Nikki and Paolo, I had forgotten about the paralyzed. Well, I knew they were paralyzed, but I forgot that that's what she was saying. And I was like, yeah, she's trying to pull one over on Paolo in her last moments of being able to move. What an asshole. But she was saying
No accountability over here for Nikki. Do we want to do Nikki first, or I mean, how do you want to start?
I'd love to. I want to first kind of give Keely Sanchez flowers, and I don't know if that's how you pronounce her first name. It's like Kiele.
Kiele.
Kylie
or
Kylie or
Keely?
Keely, one of those, I think. But I think you can tell that she's a very good actress by the way that she plays Nikki when she's acting. Because Nikki is not a very good actress on Expose or when she's lying.
Yes.
But when she's just being Nikki, she's very, very believable and good. And I think you can tell that's kind of a skill to be able to do bad acting while you're doing a character that you are acting well. I think is really, really impressive.
That's a very layered take. Like, how do you, like, as a professionally trained actor, pretend to act poorly? That's a difficult thing to do, and it was very clear.
She was not a star on Expose. You know, it was clear why she was a guest star. She had her little, I don't know, are you the Cobra? Razzle dazzle, and it was all like very chewy and silly and over the top, and but not too much so that it was like parodying itself. It was just like a bad actress.
I need to set up like a webcam or something on, like, when I watch the episode, so you can see my face. Because I was like, I thought that was a real. I was like, she's a dancer, and like, what? Dang, Nikki's a dancer. That's really weird. Then all of a sudden she goes razzle dazzle. I was like. And I wish I would have had some of the reactions of my face. But yeah, but even, I couldn't tell if it was like acting or her using her sexuality to manipulate arts. But that was also another moment where I was like,
oh, girl.
Everyone can see what you're doing but arts.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, you're right. That's a skill, though, to like do the wrong thing when you're trained to like do the right thing, if that makes any sense. Like, as an actor, like, hey, I need you to be like really theatrical and kind of terrible here.
Yeah. And she did a great job.
She did. And everything tells me not to do that, but I'll give it a shot. And she did.
And I'm a big Rodrigo Santoro fan just in general. So it's nice to. He was in Love Actually.
Paolo?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. We got to go back to some of the superlatives. Most handsome.
He's one of my notes is Rodrigo Santoro is a handsome man. My next note is he was good on Westworld. He was. Oh, my next note, he's the hot, like, Mexican cowboy who comes in to paint it black, and he's like the madam of the brothel's lover. He's hot as hell. That's Paolo.
Yeah,
Hector.
Yeah, he's like Boone a little bit, but it's not as frustrating. No. Boone is like, gross. It's too pretty. He's like, he's very close to being like everyday pretty. You're like, you might see that guy somewhere, but you don't really. He was like, get him off the screen. What's Nikki, an idiot? Look at this guy.
He's so pretty.
And he's fighting for her love without the money.
I know. He doesn't really care about the diamonds. He just wants to keep the diamonds on the down low because he wants to continue to be loving her.
He's giving her a monetary value.
Sawyer.
I want you over this $8 million.
Yeah.
Come on.
Golly, Bill.
You know what? You suck. I'm going to kill you.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, okay,
it's just sad for him. Did you ever play Borderlands? No. The video game?
No.
They made a movie recently that was bad, and that's not my point here. But when they announced the movie, my favorite character, the character I played when I played Borderlands was Mordecai. And when they announced the movie, I was like, oh, you know who would be a perfect Mordecai is Rodrigo Santoro, Paolo from Lost. That would be killer. I hope they get him. And then they cut Mordecai from the movie entirely.
Oh.
And it wasn't him at all. And there were arguments on the internet because everyone else was like Diego Luna for Mordecai. And I see it. I do. I love Star Wars as much as the next guy. But
is Mordecai like a Spanish character?
Yeah, he's like a sniper. He's got a bird.
Oh, I thought
he's cool.
I saw that going a completely different way. I thought you were going to be like, yeah, they got Pedro Pascal because we are overexposing him all the way.
It probably would have been Pedro Pascal. Part of Mordecai's thing is though that he's like rail thin, and I think that Pedro Pascal's a little too muscular and fit.
Yeah.
And Diego Luna and Rodrigo Santoro fit the body type a little bit more. But anyway, there was an argument about which one of them it was going to be, and then it was nobody. And they cut him from the movie, and they cast Kevin Hart as Roland. You can't win them all.
But you can lose them. you can't win them with the first remake.
Roland,
you can lose them though.
Roland, like the 6 foot tall soldier.
Gosh, it pays.
Kevin Hart.
It pays to have that influence. That's
Whatever.
I don't like. I might have to play now just so I can get like worked up
Yeah.
and fired up about it. 'Cause that's a tough
I didn't end up
scene.
seeing the movie. I didn't end up seeing the movie, but it's a great video game. A lot of fun. Shoot guns.
It's I mean that's one of the things if like you're a big fan of media and then like one of your favorite games or your books gets turned into something,
They're gonna mess it up.
they're gonna mess it up.
Especially if you like are too attached to, because they're gonna change things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have
And
to.
if you're-
Yeah. The book is like it's a different than a movie script, and like I think it's been done from my experience well, like one time.
Yeah.
And what's everybody's favorite book to movie franchise?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. They did it. They did it well. Like
They did it well one time.
One time.
They did it well one time, and it almost wasn't good.
They tried hard with the Hobbit to screw it up, from
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah,
understand. Yeah.
But I mean, like, they had a different guy cast as Aragorn, and Peter Jackson, like, week 2 was like, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
We have to find Viggo Mortensen now.
It's
Can
interesting.
you imagine Lord of the Rings without Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn?
No.
Crazy.
No, and that was my introduction to the books, and I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I saw
Me
the first
too.
movie. Let's do the books. Yeah. So you're always gonna miss, but you know, Paolo was. I think it's interesting too, like how much depth his character got in like 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was awesome.
Love that guy.
Yeah, I was like,
Kind of a sweetheart.
what's he not around for?
Yeah.
Like, there's some other people I feel like we could sub out. Like we got to do Charlie every week. We had to do, we had to do.
Let's get rid of Charlie and get Paolo on the grid.
We had to do Bernard for a while. Like we got some
You hate
other.
Bernard.
Just
He's
I don't hate Bernard. That we gotta. I'm not gonna say hate.
Right. He's
But
less
Paolo was interesting. Paolo lives in that scenario after being killed by a very selfish Nikki. Yeah, you could talk me into him being an everyday guy.
Yeah.
You really, really could.
I loved Paolo.
Yeah, that
I'm
was so
with
much
you.
depth though for just 40 minutes. I was
Yeah.
all the way in because I thought he was just like the toilet works guy.
And the toilet turned out to be he was hiding the diamonds in there.
But we named an
And we
episode
didn't know-
after that.
Yeah, we were talking about how he needed to shit in privacy, which I understand.
We were all way
and
there.
he wasn't even shitting. He was hiding diamonds.
Well, it kind of stinks for him though.
I know.
'Cause-
Shit while you're in there. Mr.
Yeah.
American Eagle t-shirt.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, but that was a sign of the times.
Yeah.
Jack's
I wasn't criticizing.
Jack's buzz cut and his American Eagle
I
shirt,
know.
and
He had
Shannon's
like the embroidered eagles on it. And I was like, I remember those.
Shannon's low cut jeans with like the big like wide brown belt. Like yeah, that was that time.
Yes, and
all
they
we
had like
did.
the white embroidery on her pockets. Yeah. Jack, longtime listener Jack Honey says, didn't the fans hate Nikki and Paolo at the time? Hazy memory about that. I remember folks not being down for them at all. I was terrified driving here that Anthony was going to have hated the episode. Because for a lot of people, this is the worst episode. I love it. I think it's so fun. I think Nikki and Paolo are fun. Nikki's horrible. I love that about her. You have to be horrible if you're going to get paralyzed and buried alive at the end of the fucking episode. You have to justify that.
And I think it. I got to be honest. Like, I am watching this for the very first time, but it's also okay to say that like I am being influenced by you.
Yes.
You had prepared me that this was a little bit of a filler episode.
I'm a manipulator, yes.
No, not a manipulative at all. It was just I went in with the correct expectation, and it put me in a much better like headspace to watch the episode. And objectively, what a fun ride! Like I'm just all like how nice it was to see Jack pulling Claire off the beach, and then you see Boone running around trying to find a pen, and then
Yeah.
to see the guy flying to the turbine. Like, do you know what that does for me emotionally? It
Yes.
takes this thing so
Yes, I
serious all the
do.
time. That was awesome. And if they were the vehicle to get me there, sure. I mean, it's also fascinating. They found the hatch 1st Like he's down there in
They
in
found
the pearl.
They were in the pearl before anybody else.
found
was.
the
They found the
plane.
plane. They found the plane, and Paolo was smart about it. Because Nikki was like, "Go up there," and he was like, "If I go up there, it's gonna fall." What happened when Boone went up there? It fell.
Yeah, you
Paolo
could,
got brains.
you could almost talk me into like it not being a filler episode. That's how much I enjoyed it.
yes.
Like if we're gonna do Jack going to Thailand
Yeah.
and flying kites,
I know.
and we're gonna say that pushed anything forward,
I
give me
know.
this over that.
I know. I
Give
talked
me
to
this over that.
I talked to a friend. We were talking about this before the episode. I talked to a friend of ours this week. If you're listening, Kyle, hello.
Hey, Kyle.
And he said that he thought that Stranger in a Strange Land was a great episode, or a better episode than we did, and he skipped expose almost every time. Listen, kid, I don't know what you're doing. I'm having a great time. Lando Calrissian's here.
Yep.
Paolo's a wonderful, big-hearted boy. Nikki's awful and so fun to watch. You get to watch Hurley and Sawyer be buddy cops solving a mystery. What more do you want, kid?
And you get almost a little bit of like, you get a little bit of a redemption arc.
Yeah.
In Sawyer's version of a redemption arc.
Yes.
You know, that's super fun, right? You get to figure out the mystery behind Charlie kidnapping son.
Finally, that comes back.
But there's a lot going on. And then even
It's very satisfying, too.
this episode was so detail oriented that like I found myself thinking like Locke's little sage advice was fun.
Be careful where you bury that.
Yeah.
The beach is eroding.
'Cause everyone's
Things don't stay buried on this island, whatever. Very
everyone,
good.
Everyone's entitled to their secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, Locke, good to see you again. You know, like I was just saying like that was the mood that I was in.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah.
It's really good. And
I know I know. Like their story does not matter. The diamonds don't matter. Money's not worth anything. But the way that they use that to give context to things that we have seen from a different perspective
yes.
does a lot for the way that you view all of the different characters on
Yes.
the island.
And I think it shows an amazing amount of growth for Sawyer to bury them with the diamonds. To like pour the diamonds on them and bury them with $8 million worth of diamonds is crazy for him because he is finally accepting that what matters now is the services he can provide to the people around him and not conning people and taking their money.
I thought it was a big deal that he like gave Son the diamonds in the first place. He said, you take them.
Yeah.
He's starting to like wise up and
Sawyer.
like in the middle of this episode, you get a little Sawyer redemption. That's come on. So we are moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then we get back to Locke being, you know, just the sage-wise old man.
One of my favorite things about Lost too, just like on a metaphysical kind of level, is an Ethan jump scare. And by God, we got one.
You saw it. You saw
Yes.
it.
And I also have the same
You
note.
saw Ethan jump scare.
I don't think, honestly, any of my notes are spoiler related this time, but it's just 'cause
Ethan
it's
jump
such-
scare.
Ethan jump scare.
He is so creepy.
Yeah, he is. There's just something about everything he says.
Well, he's
I
probably
found some other clothes. If you are looking for anything, I might have something in your size.
I thought it was kind of funny too. In the midst of there's like what 6 days in at this point or 8 days or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And like I know they're looking for the diamonds. She goes, "We're not looking for clothes. Like, we're good on clothes.
We're looking for
dude."
nicotine gum.
Yeah, we don't need clothes.
And
That'd be
diamonds.
weird. Yeah, and it's kind of funny because he seems more like a doctor than like Jack does.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
He's a creepy doctor.
It just, you know, I hope I don't offend anybody, but you know, I don't think they're known for their leadership skills. They're known for their technical skills.
Yeah.
And like they have to spend semesters learning bedside manner.
And a lot of times they're weird guys.
Yeah, for sure.
My eye doctor.
Tough. Yeah. My
offense,
optometrist
I won't
is
name
tough
him,
too.
but I think glasses are the thing between him and a basement full of body parts or something. Like he's just he's got that vibe about him, and doctors are like that. And Ethan's creepy.
Yeah, he seems like a doctor that you would see like out in public. Like, hey, doc, it's good to see you at dinner. And you're like, hi, sir. How are you? How are the glasses holding up? You're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You're being weird, you know?
And they've always got weird glasses on because they're a glasses doctor.
Yeah.
And so they've got some fucking crazy frames. And they're like, welcome.
I gotta
Which is better, one or two?
I gotta make a confession. I love my eye doc. I've gone for 15 years.
Yeah.
He's like 5'5". And it's a big motivation for me to only go to him. It's like one of the few people on earth I can stand over. It's really nice for me. What? Well, at 5'9", you know, you don't run into a lot of people shorter than me. It's just, it's nice. I'm like, hey, what's up, doc? I'm not gonna do that. You all right, bub?
I wouldn't know. I'm 6 foot, so things are a little different for me.
Yeah, that sounds awful. I'm gonna cut that, or I'm gonna clip that. I don't know which one it is yet.
I thought you were talking about me saying it was
No, me talking about like how much I see the same doctor because he's one of the few men in the world I can stand over.
It's
I'm
a
like,
wild statement.
What's
but
up?
I get it.
I just don't get that privilege very often. It's nice. You
Yeah.
know, it works out good in my favor. Sometimes, like I was on a plane this weekend, never bumped my head into anything. That's
Yeah.
nice, right? But you know,
Yeah.
I just don't get
Real.
Yeah, I can sit in the back seat. I got plenty of leg room. It's fine.
Boone taking the water.
That
Arts came by and was like, Boone took the water. I was like, oh, I remember when Boone stole the water.
nostalgia. This whole episode, dude. This whole episode. And here's what I say: you can call it a Nikki and Paolo episode. You could convince me this is an Arts episode. The whole ending happens because of Arts. and he got a ton of screen time, and we got to see him again.
This is redemption.
I
for
hated
having the
him
Medusa spider.
as much the second time as I did the first time. He sucked equally bad the second time I saw him.
Well, he didn't blow himself up this time, and so that's kind of the first time you meet Arts. You're like, oh, this guy sucks, and then he blows himself up, and you're like, oh, sad.
Ooh, that
And he didn't this time.
brings up an interesting question. Has he killed the most people in the camp?
Himself, Nikki, and Paolo.
Has anybody else killed
Like
three
that's
people?
all of that's indirect, but perhaps
Are they dead because of one
I'm
person?
I'm trying to think. Well, that we know of, yes.
That's okay.
That we know of, yes, is the answer.
Yeah, for me, Arts is he's the John Wayne Gacy of the island right now. He's got three deaths under his belt.
Cold.
He's not like that.
Was that?
Let's do anybody else. We could do.
Oh.
He just doesn't need to be a clown.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
And the
Well, I don't
other
know a ton of
horrors?
murderers,
Well.
or famous ones. But you pick somebody. He's killed more people in the
Son of
camp
Sam.
than Son of Sam. Sure.
Unabomber.
Unabomber.
Yeah. Yeah. In the fact. Yeah. Well, there. Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah.
I've been doing that all week.
All right, yeah, but I'm just saying, Arts is responsible for a lot of loss of life so far.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
I see what you mean. And yeah.
Oh,
We'll come back to this conversation somewhat soon, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because Michael's got one or two.
Ana Lucia and Libby.
Libby. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh, Anthony. Anthony.
You scold yourself.
Oh, Anthony. I forgot about Libby.
Oh, that's real though.
But I did fight for her hard early because I
Didn't
thought
do
she was.
much.
I thought she was going to be important, and then it was
Yeah.
just like, hey.
I loved the her and Hurley thing, but otherwise she really didn't do much.
Yeah. So Michael's up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's an interesting conversation that I think I want to think about a little bit more.
I want to touch on something that I thought you would have brought up already.
It might be on my notes. I'm not doing a great job.
It's that Juliet said that Jack was cute.
Of course she did.
And you're always
I didn't even-
talking about what is your ship name for it?
Juliac.
Juliac.
I think that was Jack Honey who gave us that name.
I bet it was.
Yeah, I think Jack gave us that
I think
name.
he did,
Yeah.
but Juliac, it reminds me of like Kodiak, like a bear.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Zodiac.
Zodiac.
Yeah. Now we're
That's
talking
the
about-
killer that Arts can be.
Yeah, no, of course she did. I
Well, there's a
literally,
puzzle.
I didn't even write it down because I was like, of course Juliet thinks he's cute. Because they're in love. Come
Sure.
on. They're going to get off the island, except Juliet's going to not make it off the island.
Oh wow.
Because
What makes you say that?
that was my call last week, wasn't it? Juliet goes next, which
Oh yeah,
missed-
I forgot about that.
missed that boat.
And Nikki and Paolo. Theoretically,
not dead
they're
yet.
buried alive.
Thank you.
Maybe.
Well, technicalities matter out
They
here.
do. They especially on Lost. They really, really, really do.
I think for me, the entire time it was Smoke Monster, and then when they did the whole Medusa spider, kind of felt like that was going to be the thing. It seemed too specific, So I kind of was like, oh, that sucks. I thought it was going to be a Smoke Monster situation because the island has deemed them like bad people.
Yeah.
Because
can see
they
it.
they killed because they killed the director and did this whole thing, and now they're like greedy, and that's a deadly sin. So I was like, the island's definitely gonna kill them. But then they did the whole Arts Medusa spider. So
Yeah. I like the spider. I love a bug. I love a spider. I love a creepy little thing.
a creepy crawly.
A creepy crawly.
Yeah.
Big fan. Love them being paralyzed. Being buried alive is so fucking scary, and I thought that they put the appropriate weight on that to make it scary.
It's number one for me.
It's horrible.
Number one for me.
You just kind of said that like it's happened to you before.
No. I'm just saying,
Like
you.
the level of gravitas in your voice.
Yeah. No. I mean, I probably thought about it too much, but yeah.
Real.
If you have to pick, a lot of people say drowning, falling,
Drowning is scary.
buried alive. 100% is
Burning
number
to death
one.
is scary.
Burning, I would take burning, drowning, falling. I would take all of that over being buried alive. I think that is the worst
how
way
do you
to.
feel about animal attack? Because that's kind of how I want to go. But when I say that to people, they get really upset.
No, it makes sense. It feels like the stage is square.
Would it be traumatic? Yeah.
But your adrenaline, you're trying to fight, and then you
Right.
just lose the fight. I'm not going to
Primal.
be buried for 3 days.
No.
And like the mental,
Slowly
the mental
dehydrating?
thing that would
Or
do.
suffocating?
No, no. I'm getting nervous.
No.
Sweating. If you see my sweatshirt change
No, I couldn't
colors.
possibly.
Yeah, that's the worst for me is being buried alive. 100%.
Our TikTok listener Matt says Nikki and Paolo deserved it. Nikki, sure, I can get behind you, perhaps. I don't think anybody really deserves the level of what happened to them, but I recognize that they made Nikki the most like detestable kind of person to kind of justify that on the show. Paolo's just a sweetie little guy.
Yeah, but he
Paolo's
also
just a lover boy.
but he also killed the director.
Sure,
So
for love. I'm not saying that it was the right thing to do, but I'm saying
that does not hold
Nikki
up
did
in
it
court.
for money and Paolo did it for love, and it's television.
Yeah, it's television. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I forgot a lot about him like poisoning the director because it's television, right?
Yeah, and who else on the island has killed people?
My second to last note is like Nikki seemed like she was straight up enjoying it. Like she was having fun.
She was kind of a psychopath a little bit there at the end. She was kind of like really scary and really into it and really excited to kill him.
And then she like, it felt like, and this is, I don't know how to like verbalize this correctly because it's again not something that I'm like used to thinking about or the way that I speak.
Oh.
She was like almost being intimate with him while he was paralyzed. I was like, she's having fun.
Yeah.
This is ugly.
It was
I don't like it.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable.
She's
she was,
diabolical.
like, searching him for the diamonds, but it was very like molesty coded. It was really gross and creepy and uncomfortable. And Nikki's gross.
She got to go. She got to go. That's like one of the most evil people I think that we've
Yeah.
seen so far.
She's
like,
buried.
Straight up cruel intentions on her.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't think of anybody else who has been that, like, that level of enjoyment from doing something they felt like they
Yeah.
had to do. People do things they have to do, but there has been a consistent thing that they don't like doing it.
Yes.
They just do it.
We have several people on the island who have killed people, and in all of those situations, it's kind of been either haunting them or like very extreme situations in which they killed people. Sawyer's, hell bent on revenge and is now racked with guilt over killing this guy he thought was who he wasn't.
But like Ana Lucia felt terrible, when she killed Shannon. Even Michael, when he shot Ana Lucia, you could see it all over his face. Like
Kate killed her abusive stepdad, and it ruined her life. And it feels like Nikki killed someone for money.
Best day of the week.
Doesn't give a shit about it and doesn't face any repercussions until the spider thing. So the spider thing feels justified.
Yeah, best day of the week.
Yeah,
best day of the week for her. She seemed jazzed up,
and he was her lover too.
It's tough. Like, okay, so they were doing the numbers. It was like 84 days earlier. So how long right now have they been on the island?
I'll tell you right now. Give me 2 shakes.
I'm just
81.
Like, 81
days.
Some part of her has to believe if Sawyer can make sense that these diamonds are not worth anything, surely she has to understand no one's coming for
kind
us.
Of funny that she, I guess, still is thinking that they're going to be rescued, or maybe she's just gotten so fixated on the diamonds at this point that that's all she can care about. Like,
maybe
whether or not they're going to be rescued or found or get off the island or whatever. That's she gives a shit about, and she doesn't have anything else to give a shit about, so she's clinging to it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at some part of her, in theory, if it's not a TV show, has to understand, like, maybe no one's coming. Maybe I don't need to kill the one person who has my back and, like, do all of this for this money that I'm never going to get. But, who knows?
I have a question.
Okay.
Do you think that Vincent could tell that they were alive?
Yeah.
When he was sniffing around?
Yes.
That was what I thought about. And I was like, look, it's Lassie. Pay attention.
Yeah. I wrote down, Vincent's back. Because you see him every once in a while.
Yeah.
So at this point, they have forgotten about him enough that if I see him, I feel like there's a very specific purpose of why he's there. It's either foreshadowing something with Michael or Walt, or he's pulling that off because they are still alive and he has some sort of sense.
He's a dog. He can smell the life in them or something.
I kind of thought...
However that works.
I thought in that moment, Hurley was going to have some sort of, like, sense of what he was doing. I thought Hurley was going to pick it up then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If anybody was going to, I think it would have been Hurley, but nope. Just bury him.
He would have flashed back to Hurley with a dog or something, and be like,
Hurley being the only person who ever talked to Arzt enough to know what a Medusa spider was and recognizes the bite on Nikki or whatever.
Yes.
But
Or
that
like,
couldn't have been what happened.
when he was in the rehab facility, they used to bring in dogs, and dogs had this sense for
Yeah.
heartbeats, and like that's how he knew that like they were
Wow, wow,
alive.
wow.
That's kind of like where
That's
my
cute.
mind was going there. I was like, Hurley has some background with dogs sensing heartbeats, so he knows what they're doing. And
Yeah.
no, they just double buried him. Get that double bury.
Get that double berry. Can we talk about Jen? Because I took a note that was justified immediately afterward.
Jabonis? No, this
That wasn't what I was talking about, but I took a note about that and then deleted it because I thought that it was insensitive.
Is it?
I don't know.
I say jabronis.
Yeah, I say
sometime.
jabronis sometimes too, and I got it from I feel like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but I think it's like regional slang. That
Oh, shoot. I didn't know that.
What?
Jabroni or jaboni? I don't say.
jabroni.
I say jabroni.
Yeah,
I don't say.
Jabroni.
But he said jaboni.
yeah, because he doesn't speak English.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know.
The note I took was because the way he said it. The note I took was like, does Jen think that Sawyer said Japanese instead of jabronis? Because the way that he said it sounded more like how a Korean person would pronounce Japanese. But I don't know if that's the case at all, or if it was just him trying to figure out Sawyer saying random slang.
No, that makes
Think
sense.
could've been either.
That makes sense. Like he thought he was being talked about
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? That
yeah.
was kind of my assumption.
because, of course,
Like, oh, he's doing the nickname thing again, guys. See? And he doesn't even remember that I'm Korean.
Yeah.
Hello.
yeah.
But I don't know if that's what it was. Or
No,
not.
that makes sense. I thought you were telling me that that's an insensitive word. I was
No,
like, well,
I don't
gotta
think
get
it is.
that
I
out.
think it's like hockey slang. Or
That's-
something like that. Let's find out. Let's get into the etymology.
It feels very like finance bro, whatever jabroni is. I don't know.
I'm about to find out.
What else I got? I got
It's a slang term. Well, where does it come from? It comes from wrestling,
oh,
but it can be traced back to certain Italian dialects. So you should have known.
I should have known. Dang it.
Just kidding.
My ancestors are pissed. I got one here, and again, I just learned this word through this podcast.
Yeah.
Arts it got the anti-riz.
Yeah.
He was just like, he's like, yes,
Not
madam.
charming.
I'll get you that, madam. I'll draw you a map, madam. I was like, oh, yikes, dude, trying
He's
too
got
hard.
a real incel energy about him. Yeah.
Okay. So I was like, I know the word riz now. I was
Yeah.
like, whatever. He's just like,
Youthful.
like I mean, when Nikki was doing that whole thing, she was clearly manipulating him, and I was like, it's definitely working.
Kind of obvious.
Yeah, but he didn't think it was obvious. I was
Right,
like,
'cause
this is arts.
He's
Arts.
probably got no game. He
Yeah.
doesn't know what it's like to have a woman talking to him in that kind of way.
Yeah.
Sorry, Arts.
He did spend like the first 3 weeks gathering up spiders and bugs and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was probably a little nervous.
I can see that. I really liked that Hurley was like a fan of expose, and that when they found the script, he was upset at the twist, and that when they spoke at Nikki and Paolo's funeral, he was like, "And I loved expose." I thought that was sweet. As a TV lover,
Yeah.
I respected TV lover.
And I like the fact that like we got to see the episode where the big villain was revealed.
Yeah,
And he was like,
the
"Wait."
Cobra.
Just like that happened to be the script. He was like, no, that's the big boss. I didn't even know that. And he was like
I
pissed. Yes, good.
know. We love a twist. I also loved. Hang on. Oh gosh, what was I gonna say? Please,
Come back to me.
Paolo, rest in peace. He would have loved Zen pouches.
He would have. I thought about writing down at one point. The gum chewing was a B plot.
It was.
It was like, you know what? Center frame.
And
Gum
it
chewing.
really worked to show the audience like how Paolo was feeling and how stressed he was over the Diamond and the Nikki situation.
Yeah.
And
It was good. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it was just like, oh, he's really getting after that gum. But it was always like when he was in the bathroom with Ben and Juliet, like it was
Yeah.
always like the nervous tick, and they introduced that. I thought it was good. It was,
he wanted a cigarette.
I was like, are they just doing a side episode about gum or, nervous chewing or,
Yeah. Wait, yeah, he picked, I gotta say, the worst time to try and quit smoking. On
don't-
one level, because it's a very stressful situation anyway, but on the other level, like, he wasn't gonna have any cigarettes at a point anyway, crashed on the island, so.
That was my thought when he put like 3 pieces in his mouth when he found it.
I was like, ration those, buddy.
that's what I was thinking too. Ration. That's too
Wait,
many.
Slow down.
It's too many.
Slow down. I know you need that Nick hit, but wait a second.
I thought about that when Desmond and the guys were drinking that whiskey.
Yeah.
Don't house it right now. Okay? Take your time. Get a little buzz.
Yes.
Over-
Come back to it
over
on
the course
another
of-
special occasion.
Yeah, they housed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad move.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of saw early, like, they were not working with the others. That no.
And I understand Sun thought that because she thought that the others had briefly kidnapped her, which never happened.
But I also, seeing that walkie-talkie would make anyone curious.
Yeah.
You know, but, yeah.
But what I was talking about with Jen earlier was she found out what Sawyer
Come on.
and Charlie did. And my first thought was, I think this is going to be okay. She might hit one of you, but like, y'all better watch out if Jen finds out. And then Sawyer gets scared about it because Sawyer knows. And he's like, are you going to tell Jen?
He did kind of. I figured you weren't even paying attention because he had his shirt off and he was just digging.
Yeah,
you were gonna
everybody calmed down. If Jen had his shirt off, maybe it would be a different story. Sawyer always has his
He
shirt
doesn't
off.
even
I'm
need his shirt off.
desensitized
Jen
to
just
it.
got his hair
That's
flowing.
true.
You don't
He's
even
got his
need it.
hair flowing, and he's always kind of like in a tight shirt too.
Oh,
Jen
come on.
specifically.
Yeah.
No, but Sawyer's always shirtless, so I'm pretty much desensitized to it now. I'm like, yeah, we get it. You've got muscles and
Yeah.
you're sweaty. Calm
Yeah.
down. But he's like, are you going to tell Jen? And Sun goes, well, no, because then we would have to dig another grave.
Come on.
Yeah, boy.
Bro, I just what
he
a
would kill you.
what a confidence in him too. Like what a step
Yeah.
forward for their relationship. Like
Jen and Sun invented love.
they did. I'm with you all the way. And she's like, I think I can hit you hard enough. And they
Yep.
kind of cut back to Sawyer, and he knew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fair.
Yeah.
I probably
I
deserved
deserved
more than that.
I probably deserved more, but thank God at least Jen is not murdering me where I stand.
That might be one of the like most like badass lines so far in the show.
Ugh.
Like no, I'm not going to tell him because we might have to dig another
Yeah.
grave. I mean, that was
That's a lot of work.
yeah.
You can't be doing it.
Like he's coming to kill you. I mean, he's coming to kill you. There's no other way around it.
Be terrible. I loved getting to see all the dead people again. Boone and Shannon and Arzt and Ethan and
Yeah. Well, the Ethan thing, I'm not as excited
well,
about.
sure. I think that Ethan's funny.
Arts was fun.
He's a creepy little pervert, but I think it's funny to see.
It was. I have in my mind now like the Ethan jump scare, and you told me to like kind of prepare for it, so it's kind of fun in there.
It's gonna keep happening, dog.
The arts thing was fun for like a minute,
Yeah.
and then I thought,
Arzt was so
I think I'm-
deeply annoying.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing him for a second was like, oh, remember that guy?
Yes.
And then after a second, you're like, all right,
Yeah.
that's enough.
I was like, you know what, Expose is getting a full pass from me. Don't do it again though. Don't do it again. Like no more arts.
No, we don't need it again.
You wrote him off for a reason, and just Boone and Shannon,
Mm-hmm.
whatever their thing is, you're not going to give me a lot of information about them that's going to change anything. It's just at this point like really fascinating to see them on screen again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they felt like the first really important characters to me. To see them again feels like it just kind of like shocks my system.
Yeah.
It just puts me back like, oh, that was the show that I was watching last year.
And you're right that it feels so nostalgic. It really feels like you're looking back on.
What you've learned.
Yeah.
How we got to this island, how long we've been here. Like you just kind of go through all the moments again.
Really beautiful stuff.
And then Hurley even talked about like, I was with the others like 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, oh, yeah, on the dock. And you kind of like just, they did everything
Yeah.
to, hey, we're doing like a recap episode.
Exactly. It kind of helped you catch up with what's been going on to prepare you because we're about to get into it, season 3-wise. And
Oh, I like
this
that.
was a really good, I think, moment to look back and be like, okay, remember all of that stuff that happened because more stuff is going to happen in a big way.
I like the fact, like, I think I might think of it as a recap episode without
Like
being a
little palate
recap.
cleanser.
Yeah, because
Courses.
there were whiffs of a clip show. There were whiffs.
Yeah.
You know, but it wasn't
Yeah.
quite a clip show,
Mhm.
right? But you know, it didn't pass the smell test. It was definitely kind of a clip show,
Yeah.
taking us all back to the moments that we've seen before.
I've got a few pieces of trivia about this episode if you're interested. Like
Always.
behind the scenes type stuff. Nikki and Paolo's story was supposed to be a lot longer. And the first few episodes that they were in before this, like go into the Pearl and all of that, fans hated them, and so they cut that shorter. And I don't know if much was planned beyond expose, if they were planning on doing more before expose and moving expose down later on the episode list or what. But they did shorten it. And in fact, in the season 3 DVD audio commentary, it was revealed that they had planned to do like another like Nikki-centric episode all about her with more flashbacks for her, and ultimately cut that down to be the very beginning of expose when she's filming that show and just have that. They also planned more gags. She was originally supposed to find Shannon's asthma inhaler that no one ever found, if you'll remember, a long time ago.
Yeah.
And like throw it away.
She was gonna have a pen on her or something.
Yeah.
Stuff
For
like
Rose.
that.
Yeah. They were gonna have a lot of, and I'm kind of glad that they didn't, because I think that too much of that would have cheapened things. But it's funny to read about. You've got there was something else.
No, they didn't overdo it. I thought it was very specific. And again, like she was on a TV show. Mm-hmm. She killed the director for money with a chef.
Yeah.
We took the exact appropriate amount of time to tell me that.
I think
didn't need more.
Right.
I didn't need more. I got it.
Expose was all we needed. Carlton Cuse and Damon Lindelof, the creators of Lost, have said we've talked about how Stranger in a Strangeland is often called like the worst episode. Expose and one other episode, a season 6 episode, are often called like the most polarizing episodes because people have widely varying opinions on them. I really like Expose. The other one that is coming in season 6 is another one that kind of got the same expose treatment where half the audience hated it and the other half liked it. And it is in my top 5.
Okay.
It is fantastic in my opinion. And I understand why people didn't like it. Season 6 Across the Sea, but we're nowhere near that. I just kind of wanted to put that in your noggin.
No, you're a better person than me.
Whoa.
Because if people hate this episode, I feel like I could find myself getting passionate defending it. You know?
You should have been at all call when Kyle was talking to me about how he skips it every time.
Just want to be honest, like, I get why you don't, but I do think you might not be right on this one.
I understand why people, and especially like coming off of The Man from Tallahassee, which was a very high octane, intense episode, I can understand being like, well, what happens next? And they're not telling me what happens next. We're doing this Nikki and Paolo bullshit. And I get that. But the Nikki and Paolo bullshit is so choice. It's so fun. And
I have been like clamoring for just like the reality show of people living on this island, like people doing side quests. Like, what are the other people on the island doing? I've been asking that since season 1. I felt like this was written for me. I just needed a break.
I'm so glad you liked
see it. What everybody else is up to.
Yeah.
And like, you know, even like Claire, I was thinking about her a little bit. What's she up to? Because she walks up with Aaron. I was like, well, how did Aaron sleep today? Is he eating okay? You know, I'm always kind of curious what everybody else in camp is doing. Mm-hmm. So this worked out perfect for me.
Loved it.
Yeah, all the way there.
Loved it.
Yeah, it's one of my tops for this season, I think.
Oh, wow. I love to hear it. I love this episode, and I'm glad that you like it too, because a lot of people shit on it. I think it's so fun.
I think it's an important caveat to say it's like, I could see where it's not the best one, but it might be my favorite, right?
Just
it's all
fun value.
Yeah, it's all subjective. Like I just had a good time watching it.
Absolutely. It's just a fun watch, and you don't really mind that it doesn't move the island plot forward. And you know that we just moved the island plot forward a bunch in The Man from Tallahassee, and we're about to do it a bunch more in the next coming episodes. Speaking of, next week we will not be here, I don't think, unless you guys are going to do anything.
No.
Cool.
Taking a little break. You're going out of the country.
Break. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be on my flight 815, hopefully.
Not.
I don't think I'm flying over the ocean, so it'll be fine. And we won't be here, but then the week after that, so June 1st.
Okay.
We'll be back in the studio to talk to you about Left Behind, the 15th episode of season 3, which is would you like to guess?
Michael episode.
I wish. Fuck. Kate episode.
I was going to say Kate. Gosh darn it. I was going to say Kate.
I miss Michael. Yeah, we'll have a Kate episode next, and then after that Kate episode is the what I was talking about, the 6-episode sprint to the finale. The Kate episode is good, but then after that things get real and crazy. Yeah. It's very, very exciting. I'm so excited for episode 20. Those who know. Anything else? Anything
No.
you need to touch on?
That's it. We disagree a lot on the show.
Yes.
We are in total agreement on expose.
And I'm so glad. So very, very glad. And thank you guys for genuinely, like, we're kind of at the halfway point between
Yeah.
in the middle of season 3 right now, and we love doing this. And thank you so much for listening and watching, and however you consume Flight 015. We really appreciate you. We're always kind of texting each other in astonishment at numbers and things.
Yeah.
And
It's crazy.
we really appreciate it.
I will say you guys have done such a great job, or everyone has done such a great job that like I think I am officially out of the comments. Yeah, I think
That's good.
It's getting to be.
I'll screenshot ones that are like safe for you to see and send them to you.
Yeah, there's too many.
But
There's
so
too many.
now, and there's so many comments. We have like almost 750 followers, so we're getting more comments
Yeah.
on TikTok, especially.
It feels like
And
everybody's.
people will just say anything about the very, very end finale of the whole show.
We've gotten like people doing the Nikki and Paolo side quest, and it's how can I spoil something for Anthony? So I've
There's
had to.
huge arguments happening. On a
Yeah,
couple
so
of
I've
videos.
had to bow out. Like I'm pretty much here on Monday. I can't look at anything anymore.
That's beautiful to me. That's how it should be. A weekly episode, taking a little hiatus this next week. I think Expose is the perfect one to leave off of for a week also, because there's no cliffhanger to worry about, really.
I like the.
Unless you count them being buried alive.
Okay, I was literally about to say, except for 2 people being buried
That's
alive,
true. I
right?
forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good build up, and we're gonna let Shelby have a good week.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna take a little break.
thanks.
Yeah,
But thank you guys, and we'll see you on the 1st.
see ya.